when it comes to getting everybody on board, which you need to do. At some point, you've got to have that meeting and sit down and go, wow, this man, he's come up with a whole bunch of shit we got to do. We got to start figuring out. I mean, he's got that laundry list. It's massive. It's got a bunch of stuff. It's got everything I've talked about in here and everything I haven't talked about in here and a bunch more on top of that. And it is literally this checklist of all these things we need to do to really, really get our IT service engine built right with all the components and tuned. And at some point, you've got to decide everybody's either on board or they're not. You don't need people walking out of the meetings. Well, I'll get to that in a minute, but you don't need dissent in the team. So we start with number 10. We're going to count them down. Be flexible wherever ethically possible, but do no harm. And the whole point is we have to look at, as we're implementing this and we're talking to the clients and we're building a thing out, that we've got to be willing to challenge the ideas that we have and operate in the new way, but realize that we're not out to screw anybody over or gain any system. So at no point is that what we're out to do. So meaning we're adopting these things, we're trying to figure out what that looks like, we're walking through it with the client the first time, but at no point should something come out of your mouth that sounds like you're trying to either screw them over, reduce what you're giving them, gain the system, or anything like that, because that's not what we're trying to do. It always needs to look like we're trying to figure out how to give you better value and at a more efficient way for us so that we can also be profitable. Number 9, be open and receptive to the new changes. Meaning you got to be willing to accept the shit. But if you're constantly going, no, don't want to do that, it's not going to work. You've got to be open and receptive. Then we get to when we decide on a thing. This is what we're going to do for the service boards. This is what we're going to do for statuses. This is what we're going to do for whatever the hell it is, insert name of thing. You got to be a champion of that new method that we've adopted. If that's what we said, this is the new statuses, don't be a Nancy and decide you're not going to use that status because you don't like it, you don't understand it, or you didn't want to read the documentation on it, or insert name of anything else here. I don't give two shits. This is what we decided we're going to do. That's what we're going to do, and you all need to be champions of it. Number 7, participate, encourage, and engage in open dialogue. When we have a meeting about it, don't stand in the corner with your mouth shut. If you got a problem, you better speak up. You need to engage, you need to encourage other people to engage, and you need to do it openly. Number 6, provide useful, positive input without reserve, as it's called radical candor. And the idea meaning, when you do open your mouth, make it useful. Give ideas. And nobody should get into this thing of, well, it's a bad idea or that. No, that's just an idea. Whether it's good or bad is still to be decided. It may sound like it's not good or you don't like it. I don't give two shits. We need those ideas. Come up with 100 ideas and 4 of them are good, then we're going to be great. But if you only come up with 4 ideas and none of them are good, we need 96 more. Number 5, throw darts, not rocks. When it does come time, again, this kind of leads back to the being useful and positive and participating and encouraging. Instead of saying, hey, Brandon, that's a dumb idea, you got to go, look, Brandon, that's a dumb idea because I did that last week and holy shit, I epically screwed this shit up. Be specific. Why is it a bad idea? Why do you think that? Throw darts, not rocks. Be very specific. Number 4, as we implement these things, we need to know that you have to stop doing an old thing to be able to start doing a new thing. It's a fact. Nothing will ever change that in the world. You cannot start wearing that new pair of shoes if you don't stop wearing the old pair of shoes. You cannot start hanging out with your new friends if you don't figure out a way to balance and spend less time hanging out with your old friends. Number 3, one of my favorites, actually my second favorite, do not settle for mediocrity, or I promise you, you will have exactly that, mediocrity. Number 2, you have to be able to call anybody on anything. And that means, I don't care who it is, insert name of whoever is at the top of the organization. If you can't call them on anything, this is all bullshit. And then everything else falls apart. The buy-in's got to be from top to bottom. Just like culture, it has to be from top to bottom. If it's not, it's just a half-assed try. And then the last thing, I know I'm very gruff when I talk and the way I sound and the way I approach things because I'm no bullshit. But what you need to understand is whether it's me or your boss or your manager or your cohort or your equal, don't take it personally. It's not about you. And this is true. This actually comes from a book called The 4 Agreements, which is a really great book. But one of the key elements is that basically whatever that person has got a problem with, you need to know the chances of it being about you personally are almost zero. It's because somebody's messing with his wife, his child ran away, his dog died. Nobody knows. You don't know all the shit that's going on, and it's influencing how they think and behave and react to things. But when it comes to these things, look, I need you to work in track time in real time or as close to it as possible. Don't take it personally. It's not about you. This is about us getting our shit straight, getting our process figured out, becoming highly efficient, highly effective, and highly profitable so that we can evolve and run with the big dogs, if not beat them to the dish bowl. So it's not about you. And you got to remind each other of that when somebody gets their feathers ruffled. Remember, look, you got to be able to call anybody anything. It's not about you. This is about us all trying to figure out how to walk those same walk, talk the same talk, and get to the next level. And remember, we talked about it. When somebody walks out of the meeting, here's how you're going to know. You're going to walk out of a meeting, and in the hallway, at the coffee machine, at the water hole, at the after work at the bar, some point somebody's going to be talking out of the side of their mouth going, this is just some stupid shit. I don't know why we're doing this. That's your problem, child. If that person doesn't follow these and get on board, you're either going to stop and abandon this process and methodology, you're going to implement it only as well as possible with that person on board, or you're going to get rid of that person, because no matter, I call it the brilliant idiot. They might be the smartest person in the shop. They might know the most about everything, but if they're not willing to help this organization grow and do what we've decided we're going to do, they are the biggest anchor in your organization and to your culture. I wrote some papers on it. I've got one called a culture and toxicity assessment you can look at, and it talks about recognizing this. And when you're a small organization, you rely on heroic efforts. That time's gone. You got to figure out how to rely on process with highly accountable people that are also very smart, that want to work together, and you got to get everybody on board.